that's one of the biggest issues that we have with staffing is that they say we have the numbers, but being on the floor, we don't see the numbers. In everyday working, we don't see the numbers. So if they could somehow balance it out, I guess now they're going 50-50, what they call it. You know, where you got, if you take a collateral duty job, you got to go 50% of the time on the collateral duty job, 50% of the time on the floor. But what about the 50% that you're doing the collateral duty job? Who's replacing you there? See, so you still haven't solved the problem. They solved the problem by not paying another person, you know. So they take that body and they use them at two different spots when they need to hire another person in that position. And we had people up there 6, 7 years, 8 years doing this job, which they could just go on and make that a permanent position for them and then bring in other staff members. But quote them, Washington said we can't hire anybody else because we got enough.
Right.
You know, so if the truth be told, you know, maybe Washington needs to come down and take a look at how we got the staff. You know, so. Seems like the FSD staff think that we have more than enough people on the floor, which we don't. We go through the bids, and I'm on the bid committee right now, the ship bid committee. And when they make, I seen how they make out the programs and stuff. They go through the whole thing, which is pretty intricate. But you have to be on the floor. Actually, no. And what they have to do is coordinate with the airline, because the airline knows what their stuff's going to be month to month, you know, what their load's going to be. And if they could, you know, somehow coordinate with the airlines, they could probably get enough people to man the checkpoint. See, we have a problem staffing the checkpoints in the mornings when we come in, because you have so many people. I'm at checkpoint 7A. I was at this last last bid, I was at checkpoint 7A, and we'd open up at 4 o'clock, but we'd have to go to checkpoint 7 open up because they didn't have enough people to open that checkpoint at 4 o'clock. 7 Alpha was the employees checkpoint. They come in, you have to have that open at 4 o'clock so they get in. Checkpoint 7, when they started letting people in at 4 o'clock, and we didn't have enough people. They had enough to open up one lane. You see, they want 7 people per lane and AIT. To run the AIT and the lane. And when you only got 7 people, you gotta have TDC person, you know, and you gotta have bag checkers. And when you have less than that, you can't officially run a lane. So I asked about this in a meeting once, and they told me that, well, we have the people there, but they're up in other positions. So they were taking the people off the floor and using them as collateral duty people. And that's how, you know, their numbers look like we had enough at the airport. You know, but when in all actuality we didn't have enough at the airport, because you were taking our officers off the floor and using them in collateral duty positions. So, but to Washington, I guess it looked like, well, you got all these employees here, so, you know, you should be able to run this. But they never told them that, yeah, well, we're taking them off the floor to do a job that somebody else is supposed to be doing. Instead of hiring somebody for that position, you know, they just go, well, it's a collateral duty thing, you know. And you take them off the floor for a year, but you never replace that person that we need to run the operation with another body. So